Hey, what's up, guys? This is Adrian. I'm just making a quick video to cover a couple questions that I get asked pretty often about Turtles in Time. One of them is all of the different attacks that the turtles can do. Some people are not aware of just what their full arsenal is. And the other one is, how do I consistently perform certain attacks? So I'm going to go over these two things. I'm going to start with the actual move list. Um, So basic strikes, just attack button. Your turtle will do different strikes. They'll choose randomly, and each one of these attacks has its own range and frame data and hitbox and all that. You have your back attack, so if you hit back, if you hit the attack button within 2 frames, your turtle will do a back attack. So that is a manual way of doing it. There's also an automatic back attack. If you have an enemy behind you and you hit the strike button, your turtle will prioritize the back attack over a strike in front of it. You have your jump attack, so if you jump and go most of the way or to the apex of the jump, you get this falling strike with a slower descent. If you do it once and let go, your turtle will descend slower and then return back to normal falling speed, or you can just keep doing it to descend slowly the whole time. If you tap jump instead of holding it, your turtle will do the perfect height to always get a dive kick. So if you want to get a dive kick, just tap the button like that. You got your low jump kick, where if you jump and hit attack button while you're just a little bit above the ground, you get a low jump kick, which gives you a lot of horizontal distance quickly. It works when you jump, and also while you're falling, you can do it on the way down. So it's a nice way to kind of reposition yourself if you need to, and also a pretty strong attack, so very, very useful. And the last air move is the arc kick. This one is if you hit jump and then attack immediately after, your turtle will do this attack. Generally, I don't recommend this one. It does have its uses, but in most of the situations where it would be used, there are usually better options. And it's not a very strong attack, so I don't recommend it. You have all of your running attacks. So while running, if you hit attack, your turtle will do a shoulder. If you hit the jump button, your turtle will do a flip, and you can keep hitting jump to chain the flips. If you hit attack immediately after jump, you do a slide. And if you hit attack towards the end of the flip, a little bit late, you get a shoulder instead. And lastly, if you hit both buttons at the same time while running, you get this lunge kick, forward moving lunge kick. Alright, so those are the running attacks. And then lastly, we have the special moves. So you have your dragon punch or up kick. This is just a neutral attack, so just hit jump and attack at the same time. It has to be on the same frame. If you're 1 frame off, it doesn't work. Same with the main special attack that is unique to each turtle. It's just hold any direction and hit the 2 buttons on the same frame, and you'll do that turtle's unique attack. And then we have the big one that everybody asks me about. It's the reverse shoulder. Reverse shoulder looks like the other shoulder attacks, but it is much more powerful and much more useful. It is similar to back attack in that it has a 2-frame window to execute, but unlike back attack, you have to hit both buttons at the same time on the same frame. So if you do that, you get that move, the reverse shoulder. This is one of the most useful moves in the game, along with this one. So I would recommend learning how to do that move. Next, I want to talk about the actual physical execution, because obviously hitting 2 buttons on the same frame repeatedly throughout the course of a game is pretty demanding. So if you hit these 2 buttons with your 2 fingers, you're going to have to use muscles that will independently control these fingers, and you may not get some consistency in the timing of your button presses. Now obviously you can practice and get good at this, but the method that I like to use that helped me a lot is to basically just kind of line up my fingers like this. And I basically just kind of horizontally line them up like so that they're roughly together. And then instead of controlling them independently, I use my arm and wrist to hit the buttons at roughly the same time. The fingers themselves are not moving. I'm just moving my arm and my wrist to do that. So that gives me this result. So that is a technique that you can practice, get used to. Hopefully it helps you get more consistent at these moves. We do have a few more attacks to cover. So there is a weird landing kick move. So if you jump and hit attack right before you land, you get this weird kick. It's not really that useful except to show off. That side kick also does come out when you're doing regular strikes sometimes. So just bear that in mind as well. And you also have some pretty unique attacks. You have throws, slams, and strike finisher. So throws and slams happen randomly. We'll just let this bomb up here and do that. Throws and strikes happen randomly. However, you can control what happens after it. So the way it works is that when you have your pool of enemies that are on screen, the game will choose roughly around half of them will be throwable and slammable, and the other half you cannot. So when you try to attack an enemy that can be thrown, the game will check to see if it was on a frame that is throwable, and it will alternate every frame. So one frame on, one frame off. If you hit the button on a frame when it is throwable, your turtle throws the enemy. Otherwise, your turtle does the strike instead. Towards the end of the throw animation, if you hit the attack button, you will cancel the recovery of the animation. If you don't hit anything, you'll get the longer recovery animation. And believe it or not, both are useful. Most of the time you want to cancel it, but there are some specific scenarios where you might want to just let the recovery animation continue because you are invincible during that time. So it is useful to extend the invincibility time in some scenarios if need be. If you get a slam, you can extend the slam up to 4 times. And you do that by pressing the attack button right after you see the yellow visual effect when they hit the ground. So right after you see that effect, you hit the button and you do that with a certain rhythm so that you get multiple slams in a row. Now I'm going to try and get some of these to appear. So first enemy I get a slam and second enemy get a throw. So I got pretty lucky there. And let's not worry about that bomb. That's just a timer bomb. Now, one thing to keep in mind about slams is that the actual slam speed is random as well. It does vary from slam to slam, and you will have to get used to adapting to which one you see in order to time your button presses correctly. Throws are pretty much the same, so it's very easy to time. Now, there are a difference between the turtles. Leo and Donnie will have a certain throw animation, though that's the one where they do the spin. Mikey and Raph have a different animation, and the timing for the recovery for cancel is different for them. So depending on which turtle you're using, I highly recommend getting used to the timing differences between these turtles. Remember, Leo and Don have the same timing. Mikey and Raph have a different timing. Now, as far as the strike finisher, basically you just have to mash strikes on an enemy and your turtle will randomly do the finisher. I haven't found a consistent method to get it to come out reliably. It just seems to happen sometimes when you mash. And it's not that useful of a move, honestly. And again, this is a 2-in-2 thing where two turtles have the same type of attack. In this case, it is Leo and Mikey that have a similar attack. That's the one where they jump up and swing downward, and then Donnie and Raph have the same type of attack where they stay on the ground and they spin their weapon. The spin one is generally better than the jumping up one, but if I just mash, you'll see Leo will jump up at some point. There is a difference between him and Mikey though. Leo only gets the one swing, but Mikey, if you keep hitting the attack button, he'll actually get more than one swing. So as you can see, I'm just trying to mash, and sometimes it comes out, sometimes it doesn't. You do need to be hitting enemies in order for it to come out. If you're just whiffing into the air, it does not work. It doesn't come out.
Pizza time.
And yeah, see that time it came out really fast. These other times, it either doesn't come out or it comes out kind of late. So yeah, generally I don't recommend doing that move, but I did want to explain it. So once again, quick recap. All the moves, you got multiple random strikes with their own hitboxes and ranges and frame data. You have the strike finisher. You have the back attack, throws, slams, a side kick, the arc kick, the up kick slash dragon punch, falling strike, dive kick, low jump kick, landing kick, the flip shoulder, the slide kick, lunge kick, reverse shoulder, and the special. I don't think I missed any there. So yeah, they do have quite a bit of a kit. Now, this isn't an explanation of when to use each move. I may cover that in a different video. So if you found this useful and would like to see more videos like this, please let me know. Please leave a comment, a like, and all that. And I may make more of these. But yeah, this was just to explain the actual move list that they have and how to perform them, and also the execution technique for improving your consistency on some of the special attacks. So I hope you enjoyed that, and yeah, you guys take care.